All right, let's dive into one of the most exciting new jobs in the entire AI world, prompt engineering. If you've ever been curious about how you can actually build a career working with these incredibly powerful AI models, then you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it. You hear it constantly, right? AI is changing everything. It can look at an X-ray and spot things a human might miss. It can write entire chunks of software. It can even create stunning works of art. But all that power, well, it needs a little direction. So that's the real question, isn't it? Who tells the AI what to do? Who's the guide, the collaborator that unlocks what it can really do? And that question, well, it brings us right into the heart of this new AI era. An era where the collaboration between humans and machines is literally defining the future of pretty much every industry you can imagine. I mean, this really gets at the scale of what's happening. Take healthcare, for example. AI tools are already in hospitals helping doctors analyze really complex medical images, which leads to faster and more accurate diagnoses. And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie stuff. This is happening today, right now, and it's absolutely saving lives. And that's just one industry. This brings us to a really crucial point. To get these kinds of incredible results, you need a very specific skill. You gotta know how to talk to the AI. So let's break down what prompt engineering actually is. So at the very bottom of it all, you have the prompt. A prompt is super simply just the instruction you give to an AI. Think of it like the question you ask or the command you give it. It's the starting line that steers the whole conversation. And honestly, it determines the quality of everything you get back. Okay, now this right here is the perfect way to see the difference. If you just say write about cars, what do you get? A generic, kind of useless wall of text. But look at the engineered prompt. It specifies the length, the product, the target audience, the key features, and what you get back is high-quality, ready-to-use ad copy. That, right there, is the magic of it. So really, you can think of prompt engineering as part art, part science. It's the whole practice of designing, testing, and tweaking instructions to get exactly what you want from an AI. It's about becoming that expert communicator who can translate a human idea into a language the machine understands perfectly. All right, cool skill for sure. But is it actually a career? Oh, you better believe it is. Let's open up the Prompt Engineer Playbook and take a look at what the job is really all about and, of course, what the rewards look like. So, a prompt engineer is a true specialist. They've got expertise in how language actually works. That's the whole natural language processing thing. And they understand how these AI models learn. Their whole job is to be the bridge between what a company wants to achieve and what the AI actually produces. So what does the day-to-day actually look like? Well, it pretty much boils down to these four things. You're designing the first draft of the prompts, then you're constantly testing and refining them to make them better. You're also analyzing data to see what works and what doesn't, and formally evaluating the results to prove that what you're doing is effective. It's this constant loop of improvement. And as you can probably guess, all that specialized work, it is in very high demand. Just take a look at these salary ranges for both the US and India. You can see a really clear and, let's be honest, very nice career path here. From a fantastic starting salary all the way up to a really significant income at the senior level. The demand is absolutely real. Yeah, let that number sink in for a second. Over $91,000 a year. That just goes to show you how valuable this skill set has become and how seriously companies are taking AI. Okay, so maybe your ears perked up at that. You see the potential. The big question is, how do you actually get there? Well, let's lay it out. Here is a practical 6-step roadmap to building your career as a prompt engineer. Here it is, the whole journey. First up, you have to start with the basics of NLP to really get how these models think about language. Second, you just gotta play around with the different models, GPT, Claude, you name it, to learn their quirks and strengths. 3 and 4 are your technical foundations. Learning Python and machine learning gives you the power to actually build things. Number 5, and trust me, this one's huge, you have to build your own projects to sharpen your skills. And finally, number 6 is really a mindset. You have to stay curious and keep learning because this whole field changes like every single day. And let's just zoom in on step 3 for a second. Python is the language of AI, mainly because of these amazing libraries. Things like TensorFlow and PyTorch are the building blocks for machine learning models. And a library like NLTK is incredible for actually processing and understanding human language. These are the real-world tools of the trade. All right, so where's this all going? Is this just a flash in the pan? Or are we looking at the start of something, well, something really big? Let's take a peek at the future of this field. This quote here really nails it. As AI gets woven more and more into our everyday jobs and our lives, the need for people who can talk to these systems effectively is just going to explode. This isn't some tiny niche skill, it's quickly becoming a fundamental part of how we work with technology. And that brings us full circle, right back to where we started. The most powerful AI models in the world are sitting there like a blank canvas, just waiting for an artist, a director, an engineer to give them instructions. So the only question left is, what will you ask it to create?